What's up, Team Boosted? Welcome to another video. It is really hot, but that's not going to stop us from putting in the S13 subframe. We have a little bit more to do with the mounting and some new mounts to actually install.
Yeah, so today we're hoping to get the new frame rails in there and welded in so we can cut out the existing ones so that the subframe can get all the way up there. We can mount the control arms and make sure that our wheels are landing right where they need to in the wheel wells.
Now obviously it's going to be a foot wider than it was out of the factory, but we want to make sure that the wheel is actually in the center of the wheel well. That's what's important. We'll be able to find that out today. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do. We're going to get right into it. If you guys are just joining us, that on the ground right there, that is an S13 subframe from like a 240 SX or something like that. And that's going to go on his Datsun, which it was never intended to do. So one of the first things we have to do today is do even more cutting. That's where we left off last time.
Chop some shit and get super duper sweaty.
Well, Devin gets to work cutting out even more material out of our rust-free Datsun. I'm going to be installing these Injuku subframe mounts themselves. They replace the shitty stock rubber ones, and it prevents movement, and I think it should help with issues such as wheel hop and things like that. But these are metal, and they seem to be really well made. I hear it's quite the pain in the ass to get the old ones out, so hopefully it won't be too bad. I plan to just take the torch and melt them out, so it shouldn't be all that bad.
What you got going on over here?
Dude, it's stanky.
Yeah, I could tell. That's how I knew what you're doing over here.
Okay, we got the rubber basically all melted out, and the idea now that what we're doing is if you deform the sleeve on the inside enough, you should be able to knock it through, and that's exactly what we're doing. If we had a socket this circumference, it'd be easy to blast it through, but we're not too concerned about nicking the actual sleeve because the new ones that we're putting in are solid metal, so it really doesn't take away from the strength of it at all. It's just a pain in the ass, especially when it's 100 degrees outside. 2 burned out, pounded out, and 2 more to go.
All right, so I've got the driver's side all cut out how we're gonna need it to put in the new frame rails, so I'll show you what I got going on under there. We got smuggler boxes are getting cut out. On this side, we have it entirely cut out all the way up to this frame rail, and we've notched it across. So we got these new ones, which are gonna be going about right there, and then connecting to that little one. We've got the bigger one, which will come down right in this notch, connect right in there. And we'll have new frame rails that are moved over from this one, and once we get these ones welded up, we can cut those guys out, and we should be able to put the subframe exactly where it needs to go.
What's going on down here, boys? So much more girthy.
Yep.
With great girth comes great responsibility, Devin.
Yeah, and then we're gonna bring the responsibility to this trip.
Here we are. We're going to be responsible all over that strip, girl.
Oh, jeez.
So about an hour or so of grinding later, we're ready to tack in the frame and just see how everything kind of lines up after that. Is that so you don't burn your dongaroni, bro?
Yep, dong shield.
Nice.
Scariest moment ever welding was getting a hot piece of slag really close.
Nice. Okay, so what we've done is leave the stock frame rails basically as a jig, and now that these are tacked in, we can cut these out completely. And well, actually first we're going to squish the subframe up here and just see if everything's going to clear and if these are in the right spot. And then once that's the case, we'll cut these out, and then we should have enough room to get the subframe sitting up where it needs to be, which is as high as possible. So that's the next step, is cutting. I mean, every step's been cutting. but there's more cutting to do, and it's cutting out the old frame rails and then solidifying these new ones, which are much thicker as talked about before. There's not much Datsun left after this is complete, and realistically if we change the front suspension there'd be almost no Datsun left. Alright, so you guys can basically see how much there isn't back here. This is where the old frame rail was. We have moved it over a significant amount, made it thicker. It's just tacked in for now. We can do the same to the other side, and this will give us enough room to squish that subframe up in there. And then once the subframe is bolted up, we could rebuild all of the old metal that we cut out with just sheet metal and make it look pretty. But that's not the point right now. The point is to get the thing to fit. Now that everything that made it a Datsun is removed from the back of the Datsun, we can see about fitting this S13 subframe where it's actually supposed to be. So we're gonna put the jack under it and then swish it up and see if we have enough room, which we literally left nothing that could be in the way, so. Okay, so this is basically where we want it to go, or so we think. This is where all of the control arm ship mounts. So what they're doing over there on the driver's side is bolting that up, and we're gonna see where the wheel sits in here before we finalize anything. That's gonna sit there. We just need to make a mount that comes down a little bit right here. And as long as we're centered, the wheel ends up in the right spot, that should be good. Okay, so first step, it's actually not that bad. It needs to go forward a little bit. It's a little bit crooked, but the main thing we're looking for right here is that where the suspension's gonna go lines up with our shock tower, which is like literally perfect, so that's great.
Yeah, we also clear our custom-made frame rails, the ones that we're gonna keep, so we know that we can weld those in officially and add some good structure to the back of the car, because we're gonna have to notch this out more to bring it forward just a little bit.
Yeah, we gotta chamfer this piece right here. We just gotta come up, we just gotta cut even more stuff out. But you know, if you step back, it's pretty much where it needs to be. Just minor adjustments at this point. Welding those frame rails permanently, and shouldn't be much more than that.
Hot boy! God damn.
You might need a little bit more flair than what we've got sitting around.
Is this considered hot boy gas?
I think it looks rad as is.
Hey, that's about our 4 inches we said we were gonna have.
Yeah.
Nah, we got.
This was expected, and I think it looks pretty fucking sweet right now.
It's for right now, sure, but we need some flares. In case you guys are wondering, it looks stupid as fuck from the back.
This is important information for everyone to know.
Very stupid as fuck.
So I mean, technically, it's now widened the proper way from the axles and not stupidly offset, you know, dish wheels.
Yeah, giant dish wheels.
And you know, when we put 315s in the back, it'll all pan out. So. We can't use these wheels though, obviously. We were gonna get new wheels anyway, it's not a big deal. I mean, we could bolt it up like this and just drive it around once, because it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, no, we're totally gonna do that.
Let's take the flare off.
All we need is insane amounts of camber to make this work. Literally, yeah.
Some post-Suzuki piece of shit by the time you're done.
Alright guys, it's gonna wrap this one up. Pretty satisfied with how much stuff we actually got done today.
Yeah, lots of progress, tons of crap got cut out, and we finally got to see it up there with the wheel almost exactly where it needs to be, reassuring us that it's totally gonna work.
Now when Devin says the wheel where it needs to be, obviously it's way too far in one direction, but we just need to change the offset. These are like -25. We're gonna go with the bigger tire and bring it down to, we're just gonna have to change the back wheels, which is fine. Yeah. We can put more meat on it and it won't look as stupid. But it looks extremely freaking stupid how it is right now. I knew that was gonna happen though, yeah. But as far as everything else goes, went great. We didn't run into any insurmountable problems. Did a pretty good job. But Devin's gonna go ahead and pick a winner for this video's giveaway. If you guys are not familiar with our channel, we give away products from BoostedShades.com every single video. Even if you guys don't win, please check out BoostedShades.com. It's the best way to support us and make sure that we can keep destroying classic cars such as this one.
Alright, this video's winner is Carlos the Flame.
Alright, you can hit us up at Teamboosted at BoostedShades.com or through any of our social media platforms. We'll get back to you and ship you your prize. If you guys are interested in winning, all you have to do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment. The comment could be anything, but sometimes we ask you guys things at the end of the video. If you follow our channel and you watch us frequently, you know that Devin's facial hair changes all the time. We never actually mentioned it, but he's been rocking a handlebar mustache and a soul patch for a little while. So this video's question is, what should he do next with his facial hair? He seems to be a dude who likes to change it up. He could do mutton chops, or I don't know, you got any ideas? Like maybe.
Yeah, I get bored. There's the classic Ron Swanson, just regular mustache. There's all sorts of stuff. I mean, I could grow it out and chop it back up.
So
I just can't stick with one thing for too long.
Leave a facial hairstyle for Devin to do next time he grows out his beard in the comments, or leave any comment you want, and you're eligible to win any prizes from BoostedShades.com. That's gonna do it for this one, guys.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.